my sewing quilting friends. I was just sitting here starting to work on the May quilt block of the month, which I know I should already have done, but it took me a bit to finish the pattern. And I thought I'd talk to you about my thought process on how to start this block, especially if you're choosing to do like yardage, because this first one takes a lot of little pieces. So I was sitting here strip sewing all these beauties together, and I thought let's just talk it through real quick. So I decided for my quilt block this year, I picked 4 fabrics I'm going to work with the thought that I may add some color, some blenders into some of the blocks, depending on how many fabrics I need for the blocks. This first one only takes 2, so that's fine. So I picked 4 fabrics and I took 1 yard of each, which should really be plenty in the long run unless I decide to make it bigger with big borders or something. So that means, looking at my pattern here, I'm going to do the 12-inch too because I don't like working with little squares, as many of you know that about me. Your first, like your biggest piece you need to cut is D. You need a 4 1/4 square, just one. So what I did was I cut a strip 4 1/4, cut my 1 square, and then I moved on to my next biggest piece, and then I trimmed that actually down to the 3 7/8. So I tried not to waste a lot of fabric, which I only cut 2 fabrics again, and so I only used a tiny bit from my yardage. So if you're really resourceful about how you cut it, you'll save yourself a hassle in the long run so you don't run out of yardage or anything, or if you're using scrap, be aware of that. And then sewing all the little pieces together. I'm strip sewing. I don't always do that, but I also don't always pre-cut all my pieces, and I did that this time too. So, look at me growing and evolving. So I started to strip sew my pieces here. So I started sewing my B's on my B half square triangles onto my pieces. So I started sewing them onto my F squares, my bigger ones, and I started sewing them onto my E squares. So I'm really excited for you guys to play along. I'm going to be doing these videos, I think, as we go for your reference, so you can look at it if you want, but of course you're always welcome to come in and we can talk through it and talk through the plan and talk through my thought process or how I put it together. If you have questions, you're always welcome in. But I thought maybe this would be a good resource as well. So stay tuned. This is the first block, May of 2026, for our Block of the Month challenge, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, I'm back. Just finished May's block. Went down. Oh, too close. Okay, I learned a lot. I seem ripped a lot, but I learned a lot. Okay, so just be attentive as you guys are sewing your squares together, because I was sewing my B's onto my E block, and I definitely sewed a B onto the wrong side of all 4 of them, so I had to rip that out. And I don't know how the sewing directions to the bottom are, but I found that for your corner blocks here, I'm sure you guys are all smarter than me again. You're all much more advanced than I am. If you sew your BE triangle to your A triangle first, iron it open, and then sew your BC pieces onto that, the blocks go together much better. So, good luck, everyone. This is mine. And then Mom finished hers. She's doing the little baby one. She's doing 6 inches. Look at her cute little triangles. That's hers. So Mom chose to do hers in multiple colors, and I chose 2 colors for mine. So you can see the difference. We'll have these all hanging in the shop for you to review. If you're working on this and you're having a problem, come on in. I'll help you out. Yeah, it'll be fun. I'm very excited. So May's block pattern is ready. Our blocks are done and hanging in the shop for you to review. I will post pictures of these on social media eventually for you too. And then I'm on to my June block because I got to get ahead of you guys. So again, I'll be doing these videos for you kind of as I'm working, as I'm thinking about things. Maybe on a quiet day, I actually film myself doing the whole one for you. We'll see. Maybe on some of the challenge. I have some really fun blocks that I picked that I cannot wait to do. So the next one might be a unique one. And hopefully that keeps you guys engaged and excited about doing this with me. So anyway, Toodles, happy May block, and stay tuned for June's block.